While it is being penetrated by drilling, how much drilling fluid is needed to contaminate an aquifer? Zell, you want to take that one, or? No?
I'm not.
Okay, yeah.
One of the things that I found out is we've had water problems at my house. No one in the state of Texas has jurisdiction over groundwater. Nobody. So it doesn't really matter what happens to your groundwater, what to your water well. Nobody's going to take responsibility for it. Secondly, as far as the aquifer, the other thing that I found out, because that was my first question too, was I don't know how much. Well, first of all, you know, they love to tell you that well, we have steel pipe and we have concrete casing and all of this. Well, you don't, the first time that well bore goes through that aquifer, you don't have anything except drilling mud and that bit going through there. They have to do the hole before they can put all that other stuff in there. So as far as I'm concerned, that's BS. And they will tell you that, I lost my train of thought about that.
Well, let me add one other thing.
The migration in the aquifer.
Yeah,
I am now, it cost me $2,500 to come out when my water turned brown. I had to have a lab come out and test. That was $2,500. Now I have to have them come out and test every month to see the changes, because we don't know the migratory flow within the aquifer. We don't know how much contamination there's been. And guess who gets to pay for all that? Me. And nobody's going to help it. And even if I find out it's been contaminated, nobody has jurisdiction. So basically, I got to find another water source. It's simple as that.
One other thing that I'd like to add to that, we had a previous panel that this discussed, and Dr. Tom LaPointe, who is with the Environmental Science Department of the University of North Texas, was asked a similar question about this. And he gave, I thought, a very chilling response, because he studies groundwater migration. You know, if you've got an aquifer and something goes in here, where does it go and how do you track it? And we also had Dr. Maxey from the Geology Department, and he had a very interesting slide discussion about the layers and how the earth is constructed, basically, and what that does. The chilling response is, when we asked about the migration of water, was, we don't know. And when Dr. Maskey was asked about subsidence, you know, if you go in there and you push these fluids in, and then you pull out the gas, you pull out the fluids, things collapse. There's nothing there to support the pressure anymore. What about subsidence? What's that? Again, the answer being, we don't know. So that's a really scary part about this. Okay.
Can I just add something
Sure.
there? You know, one way to do that is to force the drillers to do baseline soil, water, and air studies. And in Flower Mound, we haven't really done that, and any landowner can waive the water studies, as they did it at Hilliard Field. And they can, you know, pollute everybody's aquifer, but because that water is on his land, what do they call it, the rule of capture or something? That he's allowed to pollute it because it's right there under Texas law.
I have a question. I was just hearing that if the drilling happens on federal land, that there has to be, that gets, that triggers NEPA, and so then they have to go ahead and do environmental impact statement. I was just at a hearing in Dallas about a well that was going to go in at the Dave Blair Station, and they were saying that they did GIS. I mean, that they did an EIS out there, and has any of that happened out here? No, there's one Hazelfield, but Hazelfield in Dallas County. Now, if they had to do one there, that's not what I've heard about in the area, but I would be interested in seeing, you know, the results of that, but also has to happen anywhere around federal.
The only federal area we have is Lake Grapevine, the Army Corps of Engineers. And when we talked to them, in January, to say, do you know what they're doing in the area just above you, in the floodplain above you? And they said, you know, if it doesn't hit our boundaries, we have nothing to say about it. They don't have to do some rule, something
Right.
form.
Okay.
Okay.